I said earlier that I was going to make another one of these little, I don't know what you call these things, another little statement about my dad's gun battles. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Well, I don't know hardly how to start out with this one. I got to lay the groundwork for it. When my dad went out of the dairy business, my brother had worked with him all them years, and he didn't have no business to go to, and God, he was up in age. There wasn't nobody going to hire him at any business or anything, so my dad decided to make him a little hamburger stand. It wasn't a stand. It was actually a hamburger building. It was a pretty nice building, and my dad built it right beside the grocery store. I ain't got around to telling you about how that grocery store got built to begin with. But anyway, let me finish this one about that hamburger stand. It's kind of. I said my dad got in some gun battles throughout life, and I got in the middle of a lot of them. I had to bail him out of some of them. But this one I wanted to tell you about. I got to lay the groundwork for it first, and I'm going to get around to telling you how my dad managed to build a grocery store. First place, I got to tell you that when my grandfather built all them houses for his children, especially my grandfather and my uncles and my aunt on the same street that his two-story house is on, well, right across Bertrand Street from where we lived, there was a triangle lot out there. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big triangle lot, and I don't know how come it was that my dad owned that lot, but he did. We used to, a bunch of us kids used to play, touch football out there and baseball games and everything else, But then finally, my dad built a grocery store. I ain't gonna talk much about that right now because I got a story about that, how that come to be. But what I'm going to talk about right now, he also built a hamburger store place over there where they built hamburgers. There wasn't no drive-in type thing where they had waitresses come out to your car or anything. You had to drive in and park your car and go inside of the thing. Well, one night, let me put it this way. My dad built it for my brother, but my brother wound up going in the back room shooting dice with everybody. And I don't know how the place ever got run. I don't know whether he got somebody to run it for him up front or I don't, he wasn't no businessman, I'll put it that way. I think the thing was about to go broke. I think he was losing money because he wasn't paying. He was gambling back there in the back, and by this time the area where my father lived and where the store and the hamburger plant was, it had turned to where black folks were moving in, and it was practically 95%, if better, black people, and that didn't make my family. We stayed there, at least my dad did, and we just tried to tolerate the times. I mean, that's what happens. But it turned out that when the black people moved in, all the white people left. They call that white flight, I think. But anyway, we went ahead and had the businesses there, and my brother, he just, I swear to God, everything my dad tried to do for him, he just undone. Instead of taking a hamburger stand and trying to make a go of it, he got in the back room shooting dice with all the people that come in there now, gambling and all that stuff. I guess the place was losing money hand over fist. I don't know. I was working at this time, and my dad, how all this gun battle came about was that they couldn't get my brother. Of course, my brother couldn't go over there and open that thing up in the morning and stay there till 12 o'clock at night trying to run the place, so he had to hire help to do it. Well, it got to where the thing was losing money, and my dad was trying to at least make the thing break even. So he asked me to, when I get off work at IBM, he asked me to go over there and run that place at night for him. And I said, okay, I'd help my dad out. I don't care if if I had to work 24 hours a day, 20 hours a day or whatever, as long as I get enough sleep to keep going, I'd help my dad no matter what. So I said, okay. So I did that for a while. But one night, I was running the thing, and some dude come in, and he walked back to the back of the building, and he jerked the phone off the wall and threw it in the floor. Oh my goodness. I'm up behind the counter up in the front, and I pulled a stunt I shouldn't have done. I've always heard, don't ever pull a gun out unless you use it. But man, this guy, I could tell there was something wrong with this dude. He was a black dude, and I think he was drunk, and and he was raising hell with everybody, and I I didn't want to fight that dude, And I probably lost if I had him, because he was a tough looking dude, man. I ain't gonna kid you. Anyway, I pulled this gun out. I thought it was scary. Boy, did I get surprised. Hell, he pulled out his gun. Oh, Lord have mercy. I didn't know that. Boy, that's the last thing in my mind. I thought I was going to scare him. Hell, I didn't scare him. He scared the hell out of me. But what I was going to tell you, when I pulled that gun out, he was going to go out the door. Oh, God. Of all the rotten, dirty things that could have happened, he got about 5 feet out that door. And Lord God Almighty, here come my dad through the door, and he looks at me with the gun in my hand. He turned around and looked at the gun that the dude had in his hand, and he whooped out his gun, and all hell broke loose. I mean, I was shooting, my dad was shooting, this dude was shooting, and I mean, bullets were... Oh my God. I know you folks ain't going to believe this, but so help me God, strike me dead if I'm not telling the truth. There was people in that store that was laying, jumping out of their seats, laying on the floor, and me and my dad was standing in the middle of the damn door, and I couldn't shoot around him. I was trying to shoot over his shoulder. God Almighty! And this is a good thing that the dude that was shooting at us was drunk. If he'd have been sober, we'd both been dead, because he was hitting the top of the building and the sides of the building. He was shooting 20 foot away from us. He was so drunk, he couldn't hold the darn gun steady. I don't know how he managed to shoot the darn thing. But great God Almighty, Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, make a long story short, that's the last time I worked in that place. I told my dad I said, that's too tough of a joint for me. I said, I can't handle this. I said, my God, I can't get in a gun battle every night, And I think my dad just give up on my brother trying to help him, and he just rented that thing out, Good God. I don't know how in the world my dad ever made it to 80 years old. He died when he was 80. That's another story that I want to talk about one of these days. I don't know if God punished him or if it was a normal life, but he was bedridden for, oh God, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. And every time I would go over and shave him, he would start crying because he's an old man. Of course, I say he's an old man. I'm older than he was, 4 years older than he was, but when he died. But at any rate, he couldn't get out. He was bedridden, and I don't know why I don't know why I didn't realize that it just didn't dawn on me. When he'd start crying, I'd say he'd start crying, he'd say he wanted to die. And I'd say, oh, Dad, oh, Lord, don't say that, But see, I was so stupid. I'm going to admit, my God, I'm going to tell you right now, I am one ignorant person. I'm stupid beyond belief. I didn't understand what he was saying when he told me he wanted to die. I just sat there like a little ignorant piece of junk and said, "Oh, Dad, don't say that." See, Dad was bedridden. He couldn't get up and go to the bathroom. That meant that my mother had to put a diaper on him and clean him up every time he'd do his business. And even if it was wetting in the bed or doing the other thing, you know. And I was so ignorant that I didn't realize what he was saying. My God Almighty! I hope to God that I die before I get in a shape like that. Oh Lord, have mercy! I swear to God, I guess God protected me because I might have helped him die. You know, if I'd understood what he was saying, I might have figured out some way to help Dad. And then, of course, if I did, I'd probably wind up in penitentiary the rest of my life. You know, and besides that, it'd be against God's will, and I probably would have went straight to the lake of fire. It put me in hell for trying to help my dad commit suicide. You know. But my God, I don't know. That's the worst thing I could ever think of that could happen to anybody. But I'll get off of it. I've said enough about that. I said I would tell you about a gun battle we had, and I had some others, but I don't know if I'll tell any more or not. Y'all think? I mean, you already know my family's God. Oh, they're really not that bad. My mother and dad were really Christians. I know you ain't gonna believe that. But my mother was she was a real Christian woman, and my dad, believe it or not, as tough and as crazy crap that he did, he really was a Christian too. I know it's hard to believe, but believe it or not, he was a deacon in the church, you know. He had one suit and wore it every Sunday, and if you get up close to him, you could smell the mothballs, you know. Oh my goodness, what a lovely life. God's been so good to me. How in the world, oh my goodness, how did my dad and we're standing in the door, I don't know how the heck he could have missed us, you know. I don't know how we could have missed him, you know. But nobody got hurt. Boy, God. I'm laughing like the devil, but I guarantee you it wasn't. God, when that was all over with, I was shaking like a leaf. You know, I ain't trying to convince you I'm some big, bad, brave dude, man. I'm telling you, I was shaking so bad, I don't think I could have drank a glass of water. I'd have spilt it before I got it to my mouth. God Almighty. Boy, you could hear the guns going bang and the bullets hitting the walls, you know. Bam, boom, blah, blah, boom, blah, blah, blah. You know, God Almighty. Oh, my Lord. Oh, God. God has been so merciful to me. And so he I got to pray and tell God I'm sorry I took up so much of his time trying to keep me from getting into trouble. You know, I mean, I didn't mean to. It just so damn dumb, dumbest. I mean, pick up a gun underneath the counter and hold it on somebody just cause it took a damn telephone off the wall. Boy, he showed me. I pulled my gun out and he stuck one right between my eyes, boy. Scared the hell out of me. I wasn't planning on killing him. I wasn't going to shoot that gun. Boy, he pulled that gun out and he stuck it right in my face. I said, oops. Oh, Lord have mercy. Wow, God. Oh, I tell you, that taught me a lesson. I'd always heard, don't ever pull a gun unless you're going to use it. Boy, I'm gonna verify that statement. Because I wasn't going to shoot him. I thought it would scare the hell out of him. You know, I thought it'd scare him, make him get out. Boy, it didn't faze him one damn bit. He just pulled his gun out and stuck it right in my face. I thought I was dead for sure. Oh my goodness, well, I'll let it go. I'll stop this one.